Section 6. I have explained identity management use case of the government and the public sector with blockchain. In section 19, we will look at law enforcement use cases. So let us now see how blockchain can make a difference in the law enforcement area. As you are aware today that there are so many crimes which occur due to maybe violence, drug cartels, terrorism, cybercrime, frauds, and so on. Now, criminals across the world have their own ways and means of escaping, and the law enforcement agencies need to keep up with what they do and ensure how these face-to-face interactions can happen and they can be caught. And issues, it is also possible to resolve and reduce crime across the world. So if the law enforcement agencies across the world get united in terms of sharing their data, it is possible to have a different way at looking at how the crimes will be reduced in the long run. So we can say that technology plays a very important role in the administrative and the bookkeeping roles in the law enforcement area. So the basic use cases in the law enforcement area can be classified into tracking crypto-related crimes, securing custody of evidence value chain, access to standardized crime reports, tracing criminality, tamper-proof intra-agency data sharing, enhanced coordination in emergency alerts and in response, shared oversight of law enforcement. Let's look at each one at a time. So let's see how blockchain can help in terms of crypto-related crimes. So as you are aware that cryptocurrencies have the usage has increased across the world. People have their digital wallets, people are mining, and everybody is using digital currency. There has been a lot of fraud happening around the digital currency area, and all law enforcement agencies will not be able to cope up since many of the countries do not have any laws designed to handle crypto crimes. So, what is the way out? Since the crypto related data is already available on the blockchain, if this can be shared among the authorities, the enforcement authorities, then it can help to manage the crypto related crimes. So you can have traders, who have whose regulatory compliance can be put in place. So different terrorist agencies or cartels and armed robbers, hackers, etc., will not be able to launder money through crypto crimes because their origins can be traced. Chain analysis is actually working on how to monitor fraudulent activity in cryptocurrencies. Elliptic is carrying out pattern analysis to identify crypto crimes. Now, how do we secure custody of evidence on the value chain? So typically speaking, when documentation is strong, it's possible to catch crime faster. It's possible to identify and even forecast. Now, in many places, the documentation is existing in silos, and if these documents are breached or if they're not shared with other agencies at the right time, we may not be able to track the crimes. So if we are able to put the entire data about evidences on a blockchain and make it available to the different agencies, whether it is in one country or multiple countries, then this evidence can be shared, and this digital logger can have some sort of a sign-in mechanism to go through, and accordingly accountability can be brought in for the crimes. CryptoSeal, Lenovo's, BCOC, China Ministry of Public Security are working on these aspects, especially focused on evidence management. Another use case of the law enforcement area is access to standardized crime reports. Now, as of now, if a crime is committed, an FIR or the first information report is prepared, it is available at one particular location. It may be digitized and shown to another location, but there is nothing beyond that. So different law enforcement agencies work in silos, and they will have the data in a digitized form, but it is not shareable with other agencies. Now, if there's a standard template for reports and they are monitored and documented equally with all the agencies together, then the progress of the crime can be monitored. The milestones achieved in the investigation can be monitored, and it may be possible to have faster solution to the crimes. Then it's also possible to trace criminality across the blockchain if the organizations are going to keep the records on the blockchain. So legal battles may be smoothened out because the immutable data of all the records is available, and they can analyze the criminal activity. They can even find out others who are involved, who are actually related to the ones who are doing a crime. So using algorithms of AI, it is possible to analyze the internet history, cell records, transactions, and help in the further investigation of the current cases. So technology can make a difference. Bitfury has designed the crystal blockchain to carry out analytics and trace criminality in other systems. It's also possible to use blockchain for tamper-proof intra-agency data sharing. Now, across the country there are various agencies who are working on, any issues related to politics or rivalries or even grievances in frauds and crimes and so on. Now, if all these and all the law enforcing entities can share the data together on a single platform, then they can analyze the data fast, and based on that justified action can be taken, and the ones who are going to avoid the law enforcement can be tracked and caught easily. Booz Allen Hamilton and FDA are working on the law enforcement area with the Department of Defense in the US, and they may also roll this out to other military departments. Deloitte is also working on a government practice with blockchain for intra-governmental transactions. It's also possible to use blockchain to enhance the coordination in case of any emergency alerts and also provide a fast response. If you have a unified platform available for emergency responses, like in case of disasters or warnings which have to be given, or coordination has to be done, or some sort of a disaster relief activity has to be put in shape, then emergency responses can be alerted easily on the blockchain and they can be monitored later. So we will know how the agencies have been working in case of disasters. Guardian Circle is working on a P2P emergency service. And lastly, blockchain for law enforcement will also bring in a shared oversight of the entire law enforcement area. Means whenever there are some disasters, then if some boards are involved and some decisions are being made, then these can be controlled with the help of blockchain. After looking at the area of blockchain, in the next lecture, we will look at defense.